Hello, and thank you for tuning in. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays to everyone, whatever you're celebrating today. And if you don't celebrate Christmas, I'm not one who celebrates Christmas as in for the pagan holiday type of thing. It's not the birth of Christ. He was born more in the autumn time of the year because the weather was too harsh during this time of the year for him to be born in a manger. So just another lie that man tells us. So I hope you're doing well today. Maybe you got some eggnog, maybe with an extra little shot of something, maybe not, or what have you. Maybe you're just sitting out on your porch enjoying the weather. If it's snowing or sunny, I'm in Arizona, so it's I think overnight it was 37, and then I think it's supposed to be 60 today. So not too bad. So anyway, thank you for tuning in. Subscribers, thank you so much for your faithfulness to the channel. And to those who are returning listeners, thank you so much for your loyalty. And if you are new to the channel serves its purpose in that it is meant to encourage. It is a human enlightenment platform. It is a spiritual platform, not religious. In fact, I detest religion and all of its facets. The world would be a much better place if we put all the religions together as one, because they all have something, but none of them have everything. Not Christianity, not Hinduism, not Judaism, not Catholicism, not Latter-day Saints, not Mormons, no religion has all of it, because religion is a program and a system. That's why you go to church every Sunday. That's why you go to Bible study every Tuesday or Thursday, and they take up the majority of your week. Why? Because it's a program. You are going to church, spending your time in a place that really, for the long term, is going to be a detriment and not an asset. Okay? Or a deficit, detriment, deficit, however you want to look at it. And so when we are unwilling to change, when truth is staring us in the face, there are consequences. What do I mean? Again, I like using myself as an example because, first of all, I like showing that in this human body, even this earth angel extraterrestrial being, I have to deal with the mind, emotions, and all of that stuff, right? I have to deal with sexual urges and all of that stuff. Today, I'm much better at that. I'm a 49-year-old celibate male and happy to be so. And I've been celibate for quite a while now. And I mean quite a while, not a few months. It's been year, more than. And so, yeah. And so, yeah, I had one short-term relationship after the twin flame relationship. And I knew I wasn't healed, and I knew I needed to go internal. And I knew there was work for me to do because my spirit was unsettled. And so I called that relationship off, and she wanted to move forward. In fact, on the same call it happened, the same call, she first said that she wanted to move things forward. And then I said that I don't think it's a good time for that, because I knew where I was spiritually. And that's a difficult thing to do, to admit that in front of someone, right? But when you know for a fact that you are after your highest, purest, truest example of yourself, you are willing to take the steps necessary in order to do the healing work. And so my healing work took me from religion to spirituality. And this is when, through the dark night of the soul, that my eyes began to be opened, and I began to see, as I was spiritually awakened and arising, ascending, both, and I began to realize the lies on this earth that man had been telling people, that there was this still small voice in the back of my head for the first 46 years and 9 months of my life. I consider myself dead for that period of time, spiritually. Or maybe not dead. Because again, I have journals full of downloads from Most High for most of my adult years. And so, yeah. I don't, yeah. So if we're not honest with ourselves, healing will not come. If we are not honest with ourselves, divine cannot work with us. What do I mean work with us? So he has a plan, obviously, for your life. Divine source does. Most High, Yahweh, God, whatever you call him, right? Abba, Father, El Shaddai, whatever you want to call him. Elohim, that deity has a plan for your life. And he wants to defend you. And he's assigned angels to you and spiritual guides, archangels, ancestors protect you, your ancestors. Star seeds, light workers, right? Orishas, and more are all to protect us while we're functioning in this skin suit. To help guide us, lead us, correct us, redirect us, whatever is needed. But we cannot get that help and assistance if we are not honest with ourselves. If we are putting on facades to ourselves, it could be to ourselves or in public or to other people, we cannot receive the healing. We might think we might be able to outmanipulate and outmaneuver the Most High, the divine creator, the divine source. People do it all the time. Some of these places, it's a standout. So politically, right? The evilness and deception that is involved in certainly U.S. politics, right, is absurd. It's degrading. It's demoralizing. It is, there's nothing secure about it. There's nothing peaceful about it. There's nothing cordial about it. There's nothing. It's just one cat against another, one dog against another. That's all it is. When the truth is, right, if we would all get some foundational understandings and stop trying to hide stuff from man, okay? So if we stop trying to hide stuff from man, like UFOs and alien discoveries and them digging up giants in Minnesota, right? If we would stop trying to manipulate people, stop trying to use other individuals, and we would just realize if we allow others to, if we show others unconditional love, there's a real enemy out there. So I'm not saying this is going to happen, for all 7 to 8 billion people on the planet. However, okay, the vast change that can be done by us first loving ourselves and turning around that unconditional self-love and expressing that unconditional self-love to the world, shit, you change the whole fucking game. And that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm here to do. Right? And whoever my soul tribe is, as they begin to show up, pop up, reveal themselves, however that goes, right? Then it's more strength, it's more power to do what we're here to do, and that's fulfill the prophecy, whatever that prophecy for you happens to be. I can tell you it is not for stagnancy. It is not for complacency. It is not for instability. It is not to steal, kill, and destroy. That is not why you are here. You are here to love yourself unconditionally first, and then your companion, your kids, right, and your children are on loan from you. You only have them for a certain period of time. You do not own your kids for life. If you are trying to parent your 25, 30-year-old child, 35, 40-year-old child, and they're not a child, but if you're trying to parent them, step the fuck back and realize that you are an advisor and you are not their authority if you are out of place in your position because you're way too far into your ego masculine energy. So step back. Okay? If you are lackluster about your kids, you don't care about your children, that can also be an egoic thing. So you are so involved in the relationships in your life, running the streets, fucking people, whatever it is that you do. And I apologize for saying that, but I'm just keeping it real. That's how I am. That's how I am. Religion had me restricted and afraid to say who I really know I am, because that's what religion does, right? Because it's a program. Okay? For the rest of my natural life, I will speak against the organized church. For the rest of my natural life, I will speak against the organized church. And the Bible that we carry around, Genesis to Revelation, that's been RAPED'd by man for centuries. And they're not even showing us all of it. I will be against the organized church as we know it today for the rest of my life, the rest of this lifetime. And I'm not coming back. This is the 10th and final trip. Deuces, baby. Right? So if you want to know, so you might be asking, how do you know if someone loves themselves? I'm going to tell you based on my own experience, right? I don't have a degree for anything that I'm sharing. Everything that I share with you is either from personal experience while I've been here for 49 years, right? This lifetime, or, right, something from a previous lifetime that's been downloaded that I recall, or it's a revelation download from Most High, Yahweh God. Okay? Those are really that's really the only information I read. And if I read something to you, right, it's been confirmed that I should read that material to you. Because I'm not just trying to, quantity is never, ever, ever more important than quality in any aspect. Spiritually, naturally, manufacturing, customer service, whatever you want to say. Quantity, love life, sex life, quantity is never, ever, ever more important than quality. Ever. Ever. I'll take 5 people with honesty and unconditional love over 50 people that lie, cheat, steal, rob, kill, destroy. any day and every day. Because the truth of the matter is, the spiritual and principal laws that are set up by Most High, those laws say that the quantity is completely irrelevant. This is why Yeshua, Jesus, is the greatest alchemist of all time. Because he did not see through his pupils and his irises. He did not see that. You give me 2 loaves of bread and a couple of fish. How many? Oh, yeah, I don't care. It doesn't matter how many people are out here. Just do these things and we'll be okay. And then when we collect the trash from the largest picnic ever, right? When we collect the trash, we have more baskets than food that we gave out. How is that possible? How is that possible? Religion didn't do that. His spiritual connection to divine did that. Okay? That's why. Jesus didn't have 1,000 Facebook friends. He didn't have 1,000 friends. Really? Because that wasn't his focus. He had 12 apostles, and the other people who followed him were disciples. He didn't have 12 disciples. Again, another thing misspoken by the church. There were 12 apostles, not 12 disciples. There were 7 clean animals, and 7 of every clean animal was on the ark, and 2 of every unclean. Man shows us pictures of animals going onto a large vessel, and it's 2 by 2. They only show you the evil side. They only show you the dark side. Read the scripture. It's 7 clean and 2 unclean of every species. So why does man lie and deceive human? Or I should say the other way around. Why does human lie and deceive man? Because God created man and made man in his image. Despite all the different faces, this is why I'm going to crack an egg open. This is why you can see someone and their skin color can look different, but they look like somebody else with a different skin tone. Have you ever seen that before? I see it all the time. All the time. I see someone and they're Caucasian. Okay? And I see them. And then I see someone else of a different nationality and they look like them. Like them, except their skin color is different. Have you ever seen that before? Have you ever searched online for like reincarnation type of pictures, and then you do kind of comparisons? I know people do the thing with, and I don't know if it's ever been proven. I don't follow sports like that, but they do the thing with Jordan. What's his name? With Michael Jordan, and then with Butler. I think with Butler, the player. I don't know his first name right now. It's not coming to me. I think that's his name. I think. Anyway, he played for the Bulls, right? At a point in time, maybe he still does. I don't know. Again, I don't watch sports that much. I don't, certainly not basketball. I haven't watched basketball in many, many years. So, yeah, right? So you see these comparisons centuries apart. Someone from today, that one's not centuries apart, but someone from today in today's society, and then someone from 1835 that looks so similar to them. You can't tell me that reincarnation doesn't happen and we live multiple lifetimes. There is absolutely no way you can't tell me that. And here's how. The one single grand slam home run answer to that is that nothing returns to the Father void. So in this lifetime, right now, the average age is 80 to 85 for males and females. That's the average age. And it's going up, which is good, right? So it's going up, okay? So you think about the 1900s, people lived to like, if you lived to 60, 65, you were doing good, right? And then you go back further, they even lived short at 40, right? Because diseases and plagues and who knows, all sorts of things, right? So today, man is living longer, but I'm not sure man is using the time wisely. Okay? So only when we come to the realization that, first of all we really need is ourself. Everyone else and anything else is a bonus, because you are complete in and of yourself 100%. Again, like I said yesterday, the kingdom is within you. Neville Goddard speaks to this. If you do not understand, or you do not grasp, and he's obviously not the only one, many do. If you do not grasp, if man does not grasp this, society will continue to slide down, and that age increase, the average age living, it just gives more time to screw things up. That's all it does. It just gives man more time, right? But if man opened his eyes, he realized it gives us more time to correct things and to get back to the original purpose for which we were birthed in this lifetime. Clearing karmic cycles, clearing your karmic bloodline from centuries ago. Your ancestors are trying to communicate with you. Your ancestors want you to pay attention to what they are trying to show you and help you with. There are things that your ancestors weren't able to do while they were here that you need to do. I'm doing things today that Yeshua did not have time to do in his 33 years of living in the physical on this earth. You have an opportunity if you're not doing them. You have an opportunity, or you are doing the things that Most High, some of the things that Most High wasn't a mother, right? He wasn't a father, not a natural father, okay? Right? So you are doing things today. You own a business. You are doing things today that he did not do. So you are doing things that your ancestors did not have the opportunity to do, or you have opportunity to do things that your ancestors did not do or could not complete. This is why nothing returns to the Father void. And this is why it was necessary for people to live several hundred years, right? So you think about Adam and Eve, and then you think about Noah, and you think about Abraham, and you think about Methuselah, and you think about even Moses. You think about these people that lived well into their 100. I think Moses lived 120. But you think about people who lived, and that's good, well into the hundreds of years. Okay? These people lived very different lives than we live today. And in part, that is due to the manufactured things that we put in our physical bodies. Okay? And I'm guilty of it just like you. Again, I love pizza, right? I love a great burger, just like you, right? And I don't eat much red meat today. And in fact, it's been probably 2 months since I've had red meat. So, yeah. Because, I don't know, that's just where I am today. And that's not to say I won't. I know for sure I'll probably have a burger at some point. But that's not where I am in the moment. Because I am in the process of, and I have closed out karmic cycles, cleared out energy, and making sure that my energetic space is clean, clear, tapped in, turned on, turned up, right? And so that's a spiritual thing. That's not a natural thing, right? Making sure that I'm on my P's and Q's, because that is how important this mission is to me. Okay. And so that's why this channel was created. Right. And so on this day that people celebrate the birth of Christ, but again, that's marketed and false. He wasn't born this late into the year. I hope you enjoy the day. I hope you see some type of synchronicities and things that allow you to or confirm who you really truly are. Okay. Again, look up your natal chart, look up your date of birth, look on the calendar and see what day of the year your birthday is. It the 251st day of the year, the 100th day of the year? Is it the 55th day of the year? And then look up that angel number and see what that angel number says about that number, or see what that angel number means, or that number means. Okay. Right. 33, 11, 22. These are master numbers. Okay. And so if you are seeing recurring numbers, certain recurring numbers, 911, I don't know what you might see. You need to look these numbers up and find out what their meaning is. Okay, because Most High is trying to communicate with you spiritually, but the religious man and woman has their face in a Bible, and synchronicities are not in your Bible because man removed that book from the Bible that tells you about synchronicities and meditating and oils and incense and sage and clearing your energy. Man has removed those books from the Bible. That is why most do not know about spirituality and how religion is a clown. Every denomination, regardless, every is a clown and a mockery. Every. He never wanted buildings with steeples on them. That is, he never wanted that. Never. He wanted a free people. What does that mean? A free people is one that gathers whenever unctioned. That's a tribe. Not every week. That's a money scheme, people. That is a money scheme. They need you in those fucking seats so they can get your money. It's a scheme. And they talk about tithing. Let me tell you about tithing. Tithing, the original tithe was not 10%. The original tithe is as your heart desires or as you are led. The 10% originally went to the tax collector. That's who that was. And so when the when that was written, that scripture, right? When it says render to Caesar what belongs to Caesar, that's the 10%. That is not your tithe. A tithe is not a 10%. Again, man wants to set the bar. Okay, so what do you think? 10%, right? Them sitting in the basement of the Vatican discussing this. So how can we write this? So yes, certain percentage. Yes, right. We know 10% was for the tax collector for Caesar. But we're going to change it. We're going to make the 10% be a standard across the board for tithing. That way the church can always be supported. The church is not full of believers. The church is full of scared people who are afraid to see who they really are, or they're naive. That's what the church is full of. The church is not full of believers today. You want to know who the believers are? The believers are the 144,000. The believers are the chosen ones. The believers are the ones, right, who give unconditional love. Those are the real believers. The healers, starseeds, light workers, those who are functioning in their energy, in their ascended space. Those are the real believers. Those who walk away from religion are the real believers. Those who stay in it and stagnant, because that's what religion is, those individuals are not. Right? The house that I was, a church that I was a part of for 20 years, that was my most recent mission. It was a 20-year mission. And that man was sent to Central Florida. I'm no longer there. He was sent to Central Florida, and he was told he was going, him and his family were going into the land of the giants. So I was sent, and whoever else goes there, there are people who are still there, part of his house, who are there, and they're supposed to be slaying their giants, but they're religious. So their giants aren't getting slayed. So Father sent me there, Most High sent me there from the military, right? I had a good friend, I was dating her at the time, actually. She became a good friend. She married, again, a good friend of mine. That's no problem. He wasn't a friend of mine at the time, but I think he was in South Florida when they met. They worked for the same company at the time. And she's an awesome and wonderful friend. And she's with me today. She passed on January 28th of 2020. So she kicked off the COVID. That is her. That's like her spirit. That she's viciously violent spiritually. She definitely was. I don't know if she controlled that well on the outside here so much. And I have had issues with that. Again, I've shared with you how I grew up with a temper. In fact, the religious church that my mother went to, it was a Church of God in Christ. They told me I was too mean to get saved. Fuck you, Elder Moore or Apostle Moore, whatever you call yourself. Fuck you and your religious ass ways. I'll outrake your dumb ass, I bet. So you have to live the way you know you were intended to live, regardless of what others are doing around you. Most don't have the strength to lace their boots up and get back out there. Most don't have the strength to do that. And I hope that's what this channel and other channels do for you when they're releasing the truth, is they are helping you see who you really truly are and how you can ascend beyond the fecal, finite mind of man, and how man's programs have just dumbed down, how humans' programs have dumbed down man when it was never meant to be that way. Man was meant to help humans ascend. Man is meant to help humans ascend. Man is meant to help humans ascend, not the other way around. So we have a whole lot of high empresses, high priests, high emperors, high priests, high priestesses that are walking around completely in the dark, and their needle is on E because they're looking to a man or a woman standing in a pulpit to tell them how they are to live their life. I'm so glad the second Exodus is here. I'm so glad the second Exodus is here. It's time for a change. It's time for the deconstruction of the false-ass church that's been propagated and promoted for the last 400 years. It's time for that to come to an end. And we are few in number, but we are taking them down, baby. We are taking them down. I am about to, me and Most High and my angelic team, we are about to expose a coven in Central Florida. We are about to expose a coven in Central Florida that robs, cheats, and steals and kills. Yes, kills, unalives people. We are about to expose that coven. The feds are on it, baby. The feds are on it, on it. Thank you. If you are a faithful, I say faithful, but you should be faithful. But if you are an intuitive law enforcement official, you are a judge, you are an attorney, you are a PI, you are an investigator, you are a police officer, sheriff, deputy, whatever you might happen to be. If you are intuitive at your job, thank you. We need everyone to do that. We need everyone ascended, alert, and aware at the witchcraft that's going on here. I look forward, and hopefully I get the chance to change some laws. I hope I do. Because there really are covens that are out here who know who you are. And they're doing everything in their power to stop you from becoming your highest, truest, purest form of yourself. Okay? These are the individuals, a lot of them, all the multimillionaires, the billionaires that have these closet sex societies, child trafficking, right? Rings and all of this stuff, like anyone associated with Epstein. Yeah, you know I'm talking about Oprah and anyone else associated with these individuals. You cannot be naive enough to believe that you are standing in pictures with him. You are going to events with this man and you are not involved or somehow linked to the same shit he is. There is no way. There is no way. No way. Right? Brown people are so fucking dumb, they will support the fucking devil just because they're the same skin color. Dumbass people, man. You want to know what gets me lit? Yeah, let's talk about that. Yeah. Confirmation. You heard that bark? Confirmation. Because what are we doing here? What are we doing? A confirmation of dog bark once again. Like, seriously, okay? Now, I don't mean to come with such a serious and strong conversation on Christmas Day, but that's what's in me. My heart cries out for the people who are just sliding down a razor blade into a pool of alcohol to purgatory. Why would you want to do that when you know there's a better way? Why? Right? My job is never to convince anyone. My job is only to relay the message. Okay? That's my job. And to relay the message as Most High has given it to me to relay. Right? Because again, I'm on this journey too. Okay. And so even though my spiritual man is mature, ascended, it's earth angel, right? I have ascended master, qualities and strength about me, right? When it's all done, that's where I'll be. That is where I'll be. I'll be next to Saint Germain and next to Mother Mary and next to Jesus and all the other ascended masters. And there are many. Okay, I will be amongst them. They walk amongst us today, but others of them walk amongst us today. However, you have to be spiritually aware to meet these individuals because you would have to be spiritually aware in order to recognize them. And you can't do that. That Bible, Genesis to Revelation, talks nothing about what I'm saying, but it's the absolute truth. And if you don't believe me, check the fruit on the vine, right? Check my healing record. It's pristine. I'm a healer. I heal myself. It's pristine. Kidney transplant, 21 days after saying I don't need dialysis, I'm just here to socialize. My healing report card is pristine. Check the fruit on the tree. Okay? So thank you so much for tuning in, for listening on this holiday. All right? And I hope you're doing well. I hope you receive today all that you want to receive, and that's not about a physical gift. I hope you receive all the self-love that you desire and all the pure love that comes from those who you surround yourself with. If they are not pure love and unconditional love, then it's time to dismiss those individuals. Okay? It's time to remove those individuals. So, the choice is always ours. Thank you so much. Love you all for from me, my unconditional love. That's where that comes from. I don't have to know your name. I don't have to see your face. My unconditional love is for the world. Okay? So continue to enjoy your day. Again, family, friends, the food, that's always a big part of it. I'm something of a, I don't know, growing foodie myself, I guess you could say. I don't want to label myself that because I'm certainly not an expert in any way in regards to that. I enjoy cooking and I enjoy creating. So again, painter, musician, right? All of those things, they lend themselves to me as an expressive being with those spiritual gifts. Thank you so much again for tuning in. New subscribers, thank you. And returning listeners, new listeners, know that this is a channel that releases the truth, perhaps a bit strong, but again, that's me. And when I say that's me, I mean that's the I am in me. That's the strength. So if the kingdom suffers violence and the violent need to take it or defend it by force, think you need some spiritual generals around, right? So, yes, continue to enjoy your day. And, talk to you soon. And as always, be encouraged.